Hi, I'm absolutely thrilled that you are here with me today. And that's because we are at the Power of Reinvention Summit. I'm thrilled you're here. So, I'm Alicja Son. I'm a best-selling author, TEDx speaker, mother, life coach, but most of all, nature lover. And today, I want to speak with you about 10 actions that you can take today, from today, right now, to help you to reinvent your life. And actions that I have taken to heal myself and to reinvent my life. So, my mum, who was my rock, has always told me, jeśli ty tego nie zrobisz, jeśli ty sobie nie pomożesz, nikt ci nie pomoże. If you don't do it, if you don't help yourself, nobody will. And for many years I taken that as a negative thing and that she was wrong. Well, and I remember, definitely remember that date, 4th of December 2012. Hello? Oh, hi Basia, how are you doing? How are things? Ala, Mum is in hospital. Mum had a stroke. She's in a coma. My world just shattered. And for many years, I've seen that as a negative thing. My mum was that amazing person, but she never asked for help. My mum always was doing things herself. I've seen that as a negative. But what I realized, she helped me to lead my life, to live and lead on purpose. Because, you see, that life lesson is the life lesson that I lead all the time. Because I remind myself, if I don't do it myself, if I don't take that action, and if you don't take that action, well, nobody will. So take action. No matter what. If you want to get something, and if you want something badly, go for it. Go for it, no matter the fear. I realized once I started doing coaching, once I started learning, once I started upgrading my knowledge and skills, that I was wrong. That she was preparing me to be able to deal with my purpose. Because you see, I've discovered my purpose and I lead my life on purpose now. But I have a question. And that question is, what is my purpose? But the more important question I've got, what is yours? So my why is to help others to lead happy, healthy and more fulfilling lives and have fun. And I discovered that by registering myself and having a mentor, Dr. Joel Chapman of Find Your Why Foundation. I found my why, and now I'm on a mission to make that why bigger, to make that why worldwide. Because my mission is to really redefine how we look at health. Health in sustainable life, health with the support of nature. Because you see, what I've learned, if you don't have a clarity, if you don't know what you need to do and what you want to do, what is your calling, you're always going to be churning that water and churning that water. You might be doing a lot of it, you might be putting a lot of power and push towards something, but if you're not clear on your message, if you're not clear on that message, you will realize that you're putting a lot of work and it's not doing anything. Actually, now I've always been told, don't do anything too much, make sure you always do things properly, you listen to others. Obedience not gonna help you to shift and lift your goals. If you listen to Tony Robbins, he's asking you to connect within and take massive action. I went through a string of bereavements from the year 2002 right up and actually beyond 2012. The 2012 was crucial for me. But I've lost my father due to cancer. I've lost my sister at the age of 30 on her birthday. She died on the day she was born, right on her birthday, just at midnight. And we were there, and I was holding her hand, and she slipped away. And she told me a lesson. She taught me a lesson to be yourself, to be authentic, to be loving and caring. Because when you're authentic, when you're yourself, when you show that love and care, it translates, it transcends. I remember that when she was dying, what she was worried about us and how we gonna manage that. And I realized that by the time she was to slip away, she accepted it. But through whole year of her illness, she was a fighter. She was doing everything she could to fight the cancer, pancreatic cancer, which is one of the most difficult ones to fight because you're fighting against the time. But all those bereavements taught me to respect the time and life, to lead my life in a healthy way, because you don't know how long you're going to be on this planet. And I started acquiring all those skills very early in my life. When I was about 15 years old, my mum bought me a book about meditation, about knapes, healing, about acupressure and acupuncture. And I remember I used to say, press here and do this and do that. That was my first step into health and becoming healthy. Now, upgrade your knowledge and skills, because in order to be your best, in order to reach the goals that you want in life and lead on purpose, you have to upgrade your knowledge and skills. But how do you do it? Make sure that you get a mentor, somebody that you can learn from, somebody that's done it before, that you can learn and progress and that can challenge you. But also make sure that you also have those that you can teach and those that you are learning with, because that will help you to be congruent and that will help you to grow. A couple of months ago I wrote a quote: health is the first pillar of your success. Mindset is the first step to get there. And I absolutely mean it. Because when I wasn't prioritizing health, things weren't happening. I wasn't focused. I didn't have energy to do things that I wanted to do. I was all over the place. Why was that? Well, I realized my mindset isn't in the right space. So I have upgraded my knowledge and skills. I've started reading a lot, and I've started learning from best of the best. Look at Tony Robbins, look at Dean Graziosi, look at Andy Harrington and many, many other people. Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle Obama. When you look at rich and powerful, the one thing that they prioritize above anything else is health. So I'm asking you, if you want to succeed in life, measure success not by the amount in your wallet, but by the amount of wealth and health that helps you to push through things. Because when you're in the right space, when you have that behind you, it doesn't matter if you don't succeed one day and you lose £500,000. Because if you have the health on your side, if you're happy, healthy and focused, you can pick yourself up when you fall down and you can restart again. Well, so another quote I wrote not that long ago to the people that I work with, to my Facebook group, and is that love your minerals, love your cells. Love your cells, because your cells need minerals in order to create energy. You need to exercise to create energy. When you're slumped and when you're tired, don't go for another coffee. Go for a run. Or just stretch. Take your hands up. Lift them up. Put your chin up. Don't look down. You're worth more than this. That's actually one of exercises you can do to change your mood, to lift your energy. And that's what I'm doing countlessly with many of my clients, teaching them what they can change and how they can change and how they can use the power of nature, our biology, to change how we feel about things, how we can use the power of water to stimulate our immune system, how we can use our breath to help us overcome anxiety and depression, how we're obviously using the minerals to make sure that we have enough nutrients and fuel to be healthy, to support our first pillar of success, our health. Well, the next action, make sure you absolutely look after your body, your physiology. It's important, so make sure you have enough sleep. You give yourself time to go within. So meditation in the morning will set your day, will set your pace. You can put things within your mind and what actions you're going to prioritize. Hydration. We know that we have body circadian rhythm and skin's rhythm, and we become most dehydrated through the night, so make sure you drink that glass of water first thing in the morning for your health, for your well-being. But also every time you become restless, it could be as simple as you don't have enough water within your system, therefore you can't concentrate. So that's another action. Look after your body. Take those little small steps. Exercise. Exercise is energy. If you're tired and you need a burst of energy, yes, sometimes you need that sleep, but you might find out that 15 minutes exercise or walk in the forest just got you another burst of energy, and it's much, much more healthier for you than going and lie down and your immune system is down and your lymphatic system is not moving. So yes, you have a half an hour sleep and you're still feeling sluggish and tired. Move your body, because when we move our body, we're much better. We are designed to move. We're not designed to sit down for a long period of time. So every time you don't feel you're at your peak, you start moving your body. Embrace vulnerability. You might have read books by Brené Brown. She talks about vulnerability, but she talks about vulnerability from a different perspective. And I've been surrounded by vulnerability for many years, and when you think about it, vulnerability is to be embraced, because when you embrace it, when you learn from the mistakes, when you learn from being at the difficult point in a difficult situation, that's your lessons. That's what makes you stronger. That's what the grit is, because you've lived through it, your experience. Don't put it down. You know, the fact that you maybe have gone through depression, it shows you learned something through it, you pulled through it, you've gained skills and knowledge how to manage that effectively in a different way. Vulnerability is to be embraced, and when you embrace vulnerability, you take power away from fear. Because we fear things, and we fear a lot of things, but the truth is, there is only two fears that we're born with. Two fears in child development that tells us that we're born with, and that is fear of falling and fear of loud noises. So that's when I clap and the baby starts crying, because that's a natural fear. Any other fears in your life, those fears you acquired because of an environment that you've been exposed to. So remember to push through your fears, because when you don't, you're not moving. And then when you're not moving, you're not developing, you're not reaching that goal. Fear doesn't help you, it stops you here and now. Fear is another word for procrastination. You procrastinate, you're not moving. So next time you notice yourself in fear, stop. Use the meditation if you need to. Or simply stop and think, what is it that I'm afraid of right now? What is the worst case scenario that can happen? I bet it won't be that bad when you start looking at it again. You see, vulnerability, we look at vulnerability often as a negative thing. But when you listen to Brené Brown, you realize that vulnerability is the positive thing. Vulnerability allows you to come out of your shell. Vulnerability is showing that you're trying to figure it out, that you figure it out something that doesn't serve you anymore and turn it into something that does, because you don't feel happy anymore, for example, whatever you've been doing, and you can feel that. And when the feeling of that is there, yes, you're vulnerable because you're trying to figure it out. Don't look at vulnerability as a negative thing. Look at vulnerability as something that you're actively changing. And you know what? It takes guts to take out and admit that you've done something wrong. But when you did, was it really that bad? Because you see, it's another little story that I remember, and it wasn't that long ago, August 2019. Prior to that, I would talk to people on a one-to-one basis. I might coach somebody on a one-to-one basis. And as I started getting involved in the Find Your Why Foundation, Dr. Joe Chapman announced, I'm going to be doing TEDx. I need you to think about what topics you would like to talk about. I misunderstood that, and I thought, okay, she's asking, what topics do you want to talk about in TEDx? So I provided her a topic, and I said, I think that would be a very interesting and nice topic. And she looked at me. And she looked at me and she said, Alicja, isn't not true that you love what you do? You love speaking about the health, about the power of minerals, about nature. I said, yes. So why are you giving me a topic about communication? And I said, well, it's it's somebody else that's going to be talking about that, isn't it? And she said, no, I'm looking for TEDx speakers. So if you want to put your name on it, that's your chance. And you know what? I thought for a couple of minutes, and I thought, oh my God. I knew there was lots of applications, and I knew that that opportunity won't show up again probably for a long time. I have this opportunity that actually I didn't need to search, that somebody put it in my path. And my question was whether I take it or not. I was fearful. I never spoke on stage in UK of that stage size before. As I said, I never spoke with masses of people. I spoke on a one-to-one, I coached somebody on a one-to-one, and suddenly I'm being asked speaking 100 on people. Not even that. Well, it's TEDx. It's going worldwide. It's gonna be on tapes, it's gonna be on YouTube, you name it. But I said yes. With all that fear, not having a topic in mind yet, I roughly knew, and when I redefined, I said, it's gonna be health, it's gonna be power of minerals. I didn't have the name of the talk, but I went for it. Weeks and months of preparation, and I have completed TEDx on the 13th of December, the Friday, the 13th of December, 2019. It was scary. I had the fear. What if nobody listens to me? What if nobody likes it? But you know what? I've got a bigger message to share. So my message to you is, whatever it is you want to do in life, push through that vulnerability, push through that fear. Because isn't it true that when you fall, you can always get up? Get up, stand up, refine it, keep doing more of what you want to do. So define, if you know what you want to do, you have the clarity, then start doing it. Start doing it and start doing it more and more and more. Because that's the only way to learn. And as you're learning, as you're redefining, as you're making the mistakes, you're acquiring knowledge. You learn more about yourself, and you're also acquiring knowledge. Figuring out what is the best, and how can I be the best of the best. So by now I have published 3 books. First one took me almost a year. Again, fear of being found out, fear if nobody's gonna like it, what then? The Power of Minerals, Healing Spas of Europe. I've completed the book in March. So technically, it should be just a couple of days for me to publish, isn't it? But I haven't published it till May. And it wasn't because it wasn't ready. It wasn't published because I wasn't ready. Because my mindset was blocking me from publishing that book. However, a couple of days later, I've published How to Make Your Own Mineral Bath Bombs. Took me 3 hours and another hour or so to publish it. That was a small guide, but I gained the confidence. I've learned. So you will learn through your mistakes. You will learn and push through your fears. And it doesn't matter if another person doesn't like your work. Because guess what? In life there will be people that do like your work and people that don't. People that do resonate with you and people that don't. And right here now, right here on this call, I'm absolutely 100% sure that there are people here who resonate with me right now and who don't. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. Because I know that the right people will come. That the right people are going to hear my message. Go within. Everything in life that we have, we already got it. It's within us. We just need to learn to recognize it. Search for it within. So use the meditation to help you. Give yourself time to pause. And you will discover that you have the answers, but the fear is the one that stops you. The fear of being too successful, or the fear of being found out. So go within, go and learn more about yourself. The more you learn about yourself, the better you are prepared to deal with what's out there in the world. And number 10, very simple, and I call it go without. But really, what is it go without? It's abundance. Live your life full of abundance. Enjoy the little things. Visualize where you want to be. Visualize and imagine and do more of who you want to be. Because the more you imagine who you want to be, you will become. So abundance means gratitude. Be grateful for what you've got. Acknowledge where you are. You went from step 1 to step 2. You're somewhere here. Acknowledge all that learning that you've already done. You have a choice. And I always say you have a choice, even when it's really difficult and it looks really bad. You have a choice to dwell on the past and choice to dwell on all the things that didn't happen really well. Or you can change your mindset and see the positive in negative and start building on positive, because the more you build on positive, the more you recognize all the little great things that you've done or somebody else done, and things that unfolding in front of you, the more you realize the universe delivers. Because universe is energy and we're all part of energy. So the more you go grateful for things, you will notice the more doors are opening for you. And that gratitude, it spreads all way around. And one thing to be able to do that, one little quick technique you can do that. Have a journal and every morning write 3 things about gratitude. So what am I grateful for today? And even if the day doesn't feel great, make sure you try to find something that you are grateful for. Then set your intention for the week. Set your intention what you really want to focus and work on. Make sure that you write it somewhere so you can see it, you can visualize it, you can speak it. You can speak it to yourself, you can write it on your mirror. That's one of our techniques. You can write things that you want in your life on your mirror. And then what happens? Every day choose one step from that list towards your intention. Imagine yourself doing it. Imagine yourself picking up that thing, whatever you've chosen, and doing it. And do it more and learn, refine, and learn some more. So I shared with you 10 actions, 10 steps. They don't require expensive gym membership. They don't require you to have expensive mentorship neither. However, if you really want to progress in life, you need to create consistency and do those. And one of the things that I do as a life coach, I've developed a program for immunity. So it's called Kickstart Your Immune System in 5 days. And that starts actually on the 20th of July. So anyone who's ready to take their health to the next level, I invite you to have a look at that. I also thought whenever you share and whenever you speak to people, you want to give value. And I'm absolutely thrilled. I finished my third book about nutrition, third book that actually right now is in your basket if you bought a Premier Access. And you've already paid for your ticket because the book is worth more than that. And there is other speakers that have so many freebies that they're giving away that is more than the ticket you've purchased. So I invite you to really take those steps into your life, start observing them. But if you want to work with me on a personal level, if you want me to be your life coach, and if anything that I spoke to you today about resonates with you, just PM me and I'm sure we can talk about it further. Thank you.